Hey guys, today we have a former Democrat that I found on Rumble. He's a TikToker, and he's going to tell us why he's voting for Donald Trump. Now, I'm sure you've heard all these kinds of testimonies in the past, but this one's a little different because the guy is pretty smart and he gets into the details of why he's voting for Trump. He does such a good job, it makes me wonder why he's even a Democrat in the first place, if you know what I'm saying, right? This is a pretty smart guy who is not voting for the cult of personality. He understands what his vote means, and he understands the differences between the Harris-Walz campaign and the Trump-Vance campaign. So I'm going to play his video and probably comment along the way like I always do, but I think that everyone should hear this, and I think that you should share this video with as many of your friends who are still on the fence, if that's even possible, or share them with your Democrat friends who aren't really crazy. Let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Now do me a favor, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and hit that like button. Hit the like button. Hit that like button, please. Hit the like button because it helps us out, all right? So here we have this guy. He is a Democrat, former Democrat on TikTok, and he's going to tell us why he is voting for Donald Trump. Give it a listen.
Why are you voting for Trump?
All right, young lady, I'll be happy to answer that for you as somebody that is a former Democrat. I'm a two-time bone cancer survivor. I voted for Obama-Biden in 2008 based on Obamacare. And then when Obamacare was implemented, I promptly lost my insurance.
We conservatives tried to tell you guys that, but y'all didn't listen to us.
I could not keep my plan. I could not keep my doctor.
We tried to tell you that too, that was a lie, but you guys didn't listen to us.
That put me in a tailspin of losing insurance. And then on top of that, I got penalized for not having insurance.
Told you about that
I could
too.
No longer afford. Now that was pre-Donald Trump political career. That had nothing to do with Donald Trump.
Right.
That had to do with the Democratic Party leaving me behind.
And guys, in case you haven't noticed yet, he's a white male.
Even though I voted for them. Now come along to 2016. Donald Trump campaigns on getting rid of the penalty for no insurance. And he did that.
He did?
Helped my family out and me specifically.
There you go.
Then he campaigned on tax cuts. He did that.
Yep.
I got a tax cut. My employer got a tax cut. My employer then gave all 200,000 plus employees raises.
Yep, we talked about that as well. I remember back then when the Republicans did the tax reform bill and they lowered taxes, they cut taxes. And I remember all the lefties in the media were trying to say, oh, it's going to cost us billions of dollars. The fact of the matter is that doing that, along with making efforts to shut down the border so that jobs weren't being taken over by cheaper labor like that, people just made out really well. And most companies around the country that got a nice sized tax cut were giving raises and bonuses or bonuses to their employees.
Because the tax burden on them was less.
Yes, that's why.
Ironically enough, that company was Costco, a very liberal company that backed Hillary Clinton in the election.
They certainly wouldn't have gotten that tax cut had Hillary won the election. God forbid.
Not only did they give all employees raises, which mine was $3 an hour back in 2018.
He meant the raise, not his salary.
They raised the minimum wage from $12 an hour to $15 an hour because they specifically said the tax breaks. Donald Trump delivered on that.
He did.
And there wasn't a single Democrat that voted for you and I to have more of our own money we earn.
There you go. This guy gets it. He actually gets it. The Democrats don't want you to have more of your own money. That's why they say tax cuts for the rich, because they don't want you thinking, wait a minute, if I get a tax cut, I take home more money. That means my family gets more. We get to eat more. We get a nicer car. We get to go on a vacation if we save up for the year.
One of the people that cast a vote no was a senator from California named Kamala Harris.
He absolutely did.
We did not get into any new conflicts.
That's right. No new wars.
Our president set foot in North Korea. I don't know if you know how big that is.
Big time. First time.
But the one thing I want to ask you is this. You look young, which means you're probably still on your mom and dad's insurance.
Thank you.
So you've never had to face that dilemma as a parent.
That's right.
Or as an adult. Also, you probably don't own a home. And if you don't know the difference between a sub 3% mortgage rate versus a nearly 8% mortgage rate under Biden, then you simply don't understand why anybody could ever vote for Donald Trump.
I love this guy. We got to get him as a spokesman for Trump. The guy's just speaking truth. And he's not a lunatic. Well, he got rid of the Democrats. So that's why the IQ points come right back.
To me, since I know how all that works, my bigger question is, why on earth would anybody vote for Kamala Harris?
Thank you. She's worse.
Because she's sitting here saying no tax on tips, but yet in 2023, her and Biden passed a bill, and she was the deciding vote.
Yep, it was the Inflation Reduction Act that didn't reduce any inflation.
To make this a bill where you had a new way of reporting taxes on tips.
Yep.
And they also were going to hire 87,000 new IRS agents to audit us.
Right. They wanted your tip money. They wanted more of your tip money, actually.
To make sure the government got more of our money.
Yes. See, that's the problem. I remember when Bill Clinton one time was talking and he said, the people, like, they believe it's their money. When he was talking about taxes, it is their money. You're stealing their money to give yourself a livelihood, you government people. That's what happens. And this guy understands that. How come there aren't more Democrats like him? Why?
Now she's saying this. Just like she said she's going to protect women's reproductive rights, which got turned over under her and Biden.
Yep. True.
They could have codified it. They didn't.
Well, they can't codify, but that's another video.
That's why I'm voting for Donald Trump, because he has a history of doing what he says.
Yes.
Versus Kamala Harris.
Yes. Donald Trump, I believe he gave us every single thing he promised. I believe he did. There was a thing that went on where it was whenever something was passed that he promised, it was promises made, promises kept. Remember all that? The libtards used to make fun of us for that, but now you know.
Having a history of saying shit and not do anything about it.
That's common. That's a Democrat.
That's why I'm voting for Donald Trump.
Good for you, sir.
Because of the history we have to look back on. A good economy.
That is right.
Good job growth. America was doing great before pre-COVID.
Yep.
Now COVID would have ruined any president.
That is true, but you want to know something? I firmly believe that if Joe Biden had done nothing when he got in, if he did absolutely nothing, he might have come off as one of the greatest presidents of modern times, because Trump set things up so that the comeback would happen, and they're all taking credit for it. The Biden administration is taking credit for that, and it was really Trump that set it all up.
I don't understand why anybody would vote for Kamala Harris.
I don't either.
Can you answer that one for me?
Yeah, please do. So there you have it, guys. A former Democrat just told us why he is voting for Trump. He gave us explicit examples on a personal level of how Democrat policies have harmed him and his family, and how Trump's policies have made his life better and the lives of his family members as well. He went back to the Obama years as to when he was harmed by Obama policies. He acknowledges that life was so much better under Donald Trump and that Kamala Harris was involved in many of the awful policies that harmed him and his family. And this guy sounds like any one of us in our families, right? Am I right? Please share this video with your friends because they need to hear it from a former Democrat. Maybe it will help some of them wake up and stop voting for the cult of personality and vote for their own interest. A vote for Kamala Harris is not a vote for your own good. Folks, he's talking about doing price controls, which is a communist policy that will destroy our food industry. How would you like that? Let's face it, many politicians get into it to make their own lives richer and more powerful. Donald Trump didn't need to go into politics. He had a very comfortable lifestyle after years of building real estate around the world. The reason he is doing it, as God is my witness, is because he wants to help Americans who have been left behind by the uniparty, by the establishment elites. He wants to help the forgotten men and women of this country that the uniparty said, screw you, we're getting ours. So vote for your own interest for once, Democrats. Vote Trump. All right, thank you for watching. Subscribe and hit that notification bell if you want to be kept up to date with all the people who are finally waking up and realizing that a vote for Trump is a vote for your own best self-interest. I'll see you in the next one. Spread the word.
From the bottom to the top, I grind every day. No time for haters. I'm here to slay. Sipping on a doubters, no time to rest. I'm like a freight train, I'm the best. Yeah, chasing dreams, no matter what it takes. I'm on fire and there's no